crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
The scenario being played today is the 2015 Incursion. This one has no kill box. There are 3 flags. Each one can be either controlled or dominated for 1 point, and the first one to 5 points wins. Hey there guys, it's Malorian, and this will be another War Machine Wednesday. And on this side, we're going to have Dorian with his Makeda3, and on the other side, Michael with his Convergence. And this is the Axis Tier 4 list, the one with a bajillion guys and lots of the Enigma Foundries. And this is going to be a very interesting matchup, because whereas with this scenario with Incursion, you really have the advantage with the dude spam, getting to all these spots and being able to score very easily. At the same time, Makeda3 can kill infantry really fast. Now, the Scorn player won the initiative and wanted to go first, but then they got stuck with this side of the board where they have the forest, and they have the statue there, and so that's really going to make things very hampered for him to get out there. But he did make sure to get out Sunhammer, because why not? Get up the Bronze back and Moloch, and then just kind of waiting to see what the Convergence does. So here's turn 1 Convergence happening. You see there's some Clockwork Angels zipping up the 2 flanks there. I was kind of wondering if they should be more in the middle, but you know, they're kind of doing a thing where they want to sneak around, get to some of the support staff, and otherwise, with all the other models here, all 40 other models, he has to get up the board, but he also has to kind of spread out. He does know about Makeda's feat and how dangerous it is, but then again, with this many models, there's only so much you can do, right? If you go too thin, they'll just kind of really take away the front and back away, and if you go too thick, they kill everything. So it's kind of tough to know what to do, but he does go up there, up to the wall. He casts Iron Aggression on the one, some other spell on the other jack, forget what it's called, and now we're on to turn 2 Scorn, and Dorian was kind of wondering if he should go for the assassination. He is pretty sure he can get 2 Axis. In fact, it would be pretty simple, but then once you get there, he is over the wall, and even though the math is probably in his favor to kill Axis, he eventually decided, you know what, that's not what I want to do. I want to show you off. I want to show off what Makeda3 can do to all this infantry. So Makeda3 charges up there. Some of his little buddies there just kind of run to get in the way, and now she's going to pop feet. Now with Makeda3's feet, whenever she kills someone, she can get more fury. So she killed some models, shot out a spell here, killed some more, they'll give some more fury. And when beasts go, if they kill someone, they can remove a fury. So what he's going to do here with the rest of his stuff is he's going to go with the Iron back, or Bronze back rather, and put Beat back onto Moloch. And what that does then is that Moloch can go up, kill a guy, beat back, kill a guy, beat back, and as long as he keeps hitting, he's going to keep killing. Now, he does have Engine of Destruction up, so that's going to help the killing go as well. And now here goes Moloch. And again, this is where this is key with a model with reach, because you can move that inch, and as long as you're careful, pretty easy to be able to get to a lot of models. And this is where, again, I was saying, you know, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if you have them too close together, things really die, and if you don't, well, then, yeah, he just kills the front, and then Fate Walker's away. So he goes through here and stops a little bit to make sure that one foundry is destroyed. Really, against this list, you do want to kind of kill the foundries if you can, and wipe out entire units. He did have some misses here. He did kill quite a few models, but you can see that the Fury did get added up here from going after the Foundry, and some misses. Thanks to Axis, it does have actually countercharge, so it comes after Moloch here and gets pretty good hit on him. I think he did like 7 damage with that countercharge, and that's going to be the end of Moloch. So he really, as you can see there, killed a whole bunch that was down here in the bottom. Now, he would like to have done the same thing at the top, but he just really can't. He was really kind of pinned in with what he did there, being behind the statue. And so he comes over, does a couple of sprays, trying to kill off a few models. He does have Fate Walker up onto Makeda3, so once everything is done, she pulls back. So this is going to be the end of the Scorn turn. There's still a lot of the force that is fairly far back. they did go and kill quite a few models, and now, because it's second player's second turn, Michael's going to really start looking to this scenario. He knows that attrition-wise, he took a really big blow, but it should be pretty easy to kill Karn, score on both outer flags, and then maybe get the center flag. The only thing contesting that center flag would be the Drake, so you'd have to go after that. First thing he does up here at the top, he's going to be coming after this one little escort or whatever it's called of Makeda3, trying to kill it off, and he's going to leave it on one box, and when you damage them, they go up to like armor 20, so now he's really going to have a hard time trying to kill that model. So next thing he's going to do is come up here with his reductors, I believe they're called, and really just trying to spray, hoping to get some sort of a high spike to kill it, and he does do that. So that kills off that flag contester, and that's all good to go. Otherwise, the one Jack here with Iron Aggression is going to go into Karn, and yeah, Karn's going to go down. So that's pretty big. It was kind of at this point here, I was kind of wondering if the Angels would actually just like fly in, get in the way, because again, if you're going for more of this scenario, you do have to get in there. He is going to go up here with the Foundries as well and make some models. He is going to have to kind of correct that because you have to be within 3 inches and in formation. So he had to be a little bit careful about that. And then otherwise, now that he made the new ones, now the second unit of reductors will come up, and they're going to try and spray that Drake, but it's also under the Kriya aura, so it's really not going to get anything there. Otherwise, he gets onto the bottom flag there with the other Jack, so he's going to be scoring on both the flags. The Angels kind of come around, try and take some shots at the Pain Givers. He'll kill off 2 of them, they'll pass a test, and that's going to be really it. So he's at 2 points now, and now Dorian and the Scorn really have to get in there to try and contest these zones and turn around. Like, of course, the attrition is going to be big, but he needs to also make sure that he contests these flags. And that's kind of the problem with this list, is that going into this scenario, it's a little bit of a problem. First, the Drake's going to come here and do a spray and kill off some of these reductors, because they're in an all nice little line for him to spray down. After that's done, he's going to be trying to move things out of the way, because he's going to be trying to do get Makeda3 up to that big huge batch at the top. You know, they're all in a little circle there to try and kill her buddy, and now she's going to be coming over here and charging in. I believe actually this is the initial move was from a Vengeance. I can't remember how really the order went down, but now Makeda is going to get into that zone, and she's going to do a ground 0, and that automatically hits, and then with Engine Destruction, that does boosted damage, and that's going to kill all those guys. So that was really, really huge for killing lots of models all of a sudden like that. Otherwise, he's going to kind of get in there with the Brute and do some damage as well, trying to kill off a few models, trying to contest some zones and stuff. Brute's not going to be really rolling as well as he wanted. Plus, he came over a spray with the other Drake. But now he scored again on not the... Which flag was it? I don't think it was either flag got contested here, if I remember right. Yeah, he killed the guys off the flag on the tops. No score there. He scored on the bottom flag, so it's currently 3-0. And the biggest thing here is that he has to do nothing, score on the bottom flag, and at the top, all he has to do is go to that flag and score again. Makeda doesn't actually contest, and so he does realize this. He decides he wants to kill some more models off just because he can. So he is going to do that. Some Angels will dance around and they'll come in here and take some shots, kill off a few more models. But at the end of the day, after a few rolls, just because why not, he is just going to move the Foundry to the top there and just say like, okay, yeah, let's take this flag, and that's it. So we'll talk about this in the post game right away, but you know, that's the thing with this list here. He went in with the Makeda3, probably could have gone for the assassination, instead went for the attrition. Maybe there could have been a way where he could have attrition off even more models, been more sure to kill off units, but I think it was really that terrain that really stuck him in and put him in a very tough spot here. So either way, he's going to now move up, score 2 more points, and win on scenario. So the game just ended on scenario. So what are you guys' thoughts on the game?
I knew I was going to have a hard time winning on scenario on this. I made a couple of early mistakes that didn't put enough fury onto him, and then kind of got jammed back here because everything got jammed back here. I should have Pac-Man'd more when I decided I wasn't going to go for the easy quote unquote assassination. I should have tried to Pac-Man my Mullet Karn more through his stuff and just take as much time as I can eating through all of the units. I think I probably could have cleared out most of the bulk of the army, not just half of the bulk of the army. Otherwise, yeah, that was, I mean, I only real chance on winning this is either out-attritioning you or assassination.
Yeah. Now, terrain really seemed to play a big part in this. One of the things I was wondering is you definitely had the Mullet Karn that came through here. Would it have been possible to do the same thing with the Brute going through this side? If you'd had it set up like that? Or does he really do that well?
He doesn't really do that well. What I could have done was moved the Bronze back over onto this side, and then use do the same thing with the Bronze back, where you put rush on him on this side, so it gives him the extra distance to move. Then you transfer that over to beat back, and then you just kind of Pac-Man your way through. It might have been a tiny bit harder because he did have really decent spacing. I mean, the issue is Mullet Karn with having 3 inches of threat is really hard to space your guys far enough out when you have so much stuff.
Yeah. So normally with this list, do you normally go for attrition leading to an assassination, or more to a scenario, or just attrition and go with whatever?
Usually it's attrition that it leads to assassination, because usually you just kill enough stuff until their caster has nothing in front of them.
Okay, yeah. And Michael, were you mainly going for scenario?
That was the main play. Like, especially that's the reason why I chose this list. I mean, my other one was Syntherian, and I haven't played Syntherian in 2 years since the faction first came out. So it was sort of a jack spam list, and it was, well, incursion. It could be one on scenario, which is why I went for the more scenario built list. But yeah, Mullet Karn is definitely always worrying, and yeah, now I need to make sure to keep a bit more spacing. But
your Angels did a lot more like really heavy flanking and then some shots. Do you think they could have done more, just like running in?
Potentially. I suppose it could have been again a bit more of a line blocker, but I was sort of keeping them on the side in case.
Actually, I thought what you did with them was good because you're taking out my support right away, and I have. Without them bundling them all in one pile.
Yeah, they had 2 options. They were either going to come around the back and go for the support, or they could fall back to the flags really easy.
Very true, yeah.
Right, because I mean they could run 14, and if I needed to do more of a push in the center, then they could just come back in on those flank flags and keep them. So.
Now, Dorian, you won initiative, and you're talking about how maybe you'd want to go second because terrain actually played a huge deal. What are your thoughts on that now?
Yeah, I probably should have went second. I was a little concerned if I went second, he would feed on me right away. But that does kind of put his axis into kind of a bad spot. But yeah, no, it's this statue and all my stuff just kind of being there. Kind of really limited my options for getting the Bronze back out and getting enough of my stuff just kind of wedged in.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to wedge in for the first one and then just kind of clear out the stuff as I went along. But same issues would have applied, I think, overall. I would have been just kind of stuck behind the wall and then having to march over the wall.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Should have went more crowd surfing with Mullet Karn.
Well, you killed a lot. What, like 20 models probably ish?
Not quite, but I think he did over a dozen anyway.
Yeah.
Well over a dozen, probably 20, or probably 16, I think.
Yeah. Could have went for broke. I think I could have probably cleared out everyone except for the 3 guys over there, and everyone except for the couple guys over there.
Yeah.
And the back line.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, and for those watching, thanks for watching. Bye.